Okay, so now we're going to run CubicSDR here on the Raspberry Pi, running the SDR Play version of the Raspberry Pi operating system. This is a Raspberry Pi 4. So we start it up and we select the Raspberry Pi as the and we set the sample rate to 8 megasamples a second. And it handles the 8 megasamples a second quite nicely. And now we'll try 9 megasamples a second. And it's handling the 9 megasamples a second.
I always enjoy visiting with you great people out there. You give me a call any day you want, and we're going to talk about things that are out going on in our community.
So we'll try 10 megasamples a second.
From 12 to 3 on 97.3
And you can see now at 10 megasamples a second, it can't handle the data rate. So we'll close CubicSDR. It was able to do 9 but not 10 megasamples a second. Now we'll try SdrGlut. Now here's SdrGlut running at 8 megasamples a second. Now we'll kick it up to 10 megasamples a second. And you can see it's dropping some rates. And so we've been running with one audio thread, so I'll kick it up to 2 audio threads. And now we got 2 audio threads. And it's able to handle the 10 megasample a second quite nicely. And so let's try 16 megasamples a second. And it's doing the 16 megasamples a second with 2 audio threads with no problem. So we'll try 18 megasamples a second. Okay, now with 18 samples a second, 18 megasamples a second, and 2 audio threads, it's dropping a little bit. So let's kick it up to 3 audio threads. So now it's doing 18 megasamples a second with 3 audio threads with no problem. So let's try 20 megasamples a second. And it's doing 20 megasamples a second with no problem using 3 threads.
Hey, Mike.
I'm going to try 22 megasamples a second. We're now at 22 megasamples a second. It's dropping some. Oh, we'll go down to 21 megasamples a second. "21 megasamples a second. It's still dropping some. And so now we're going back to 20 megasamples a second. And it's able to handle 20 megasamples a second. It drops a little bit now and then. And dropped twice. Now it hasn't dropped any in quite a while. And so it's handling 20 megasamples a second without a problem. So we'll quit. So SdrGlut was able to handle 20 megasamples a second, whereas CubicSDR was only able to handle 9 megasamples a second. So it's more than double the bandwidth.